So I've just splashed out and bought myself a DJI Osmo Action 4 camera, and I've also bought the DJI Mic Mini as well to go with it. And I'm sure, as everyone knows, DJI have just released the OA5. So what that means is you can get a 4 now at a really affordable price. So I bought this last weekend for 199 quid from Argos, which I think is incredible value, really. And the reason for the video is this is my first trip out with a new camera, but also a new mic audio setup as well. So part of it is just to test it out and see if it works. So I'm just riding across the moors now, and it's blown an absolute hoolie, so it's quite a good day to test it, really. And the other thing is just to share some reflections on kind of my motovlogging setup over the last couple of years. Because I've actually been having a bit of an experiment, really. So I've been using a Insta 360 3X or X3, the 360 degree camera, and what I've tried to do to see if I could use it as a sort of vlogging camera, and I've paired that with an Insta mic, which is a little one-piece Bluetooth mic, so you can connect that to the X3 anywhere on the bike, and it'll pick up audio and put it straight onto the video track. So that, that setup has actually worked pretty well. Now there are some limitations with it. So the Insta mic battery life is quite short. It's like 3.5 hours, but you can put a power bank on it and get around that. So it's worked pretty well, but to be frank, I'm not sure the experiment was a success, really, because I mean, one of the great things about 360 degree cameras is that you can reframe them post, so you don't have to get the framing right first time. But if you're using it as a vlogging camera, that's also its biggest weakness, because it means you've got to, when you've taken all this footage, you've got to go through a process of reframing it to turn it into kind of conventional clips you can compile into a video. And what I used to find is I'd go away on all these great trips and shoot all my footage on my X3. And then by the time I'd kind of reframed all the footage when I get back, you sort of get cheesed off and then never bother making the actual video. So what I found was that I ended up making very few videos because the workflow was just onerous. So anyway, I decided to move back towards a conventional action camera setup. So I bought this. So this is an Insta 360 Ace Pro. So I thought I'd sort of keep it in the Insta 360 family. And whilst it's a great camera, I have to say I regret buying it, and I always had this sneaky feeling that I should have bought the OA4. And although it's got all these amazing features, and obviously 90% of them I never use, but it's a great camera. But actually, the reason why I don't enjoy using it is because my use case is for it to be a helmet-mounted camera for this sort of situation. And to be frank, it's pretty chunky. And it's quite a conspicuous camera. I mean, the big flashing LED, for example, and you can't turn the front LED off, separately from the back. You end up turning them all off, and I quite like the LEDs on, so you can kind of see what the camera's doing when it's up here. So yeah, so I mean, again, that seems like a pretty trivial reason not to like a camera, but it just feels really chunky and big and conspicuous, and for a helmet-mounted camera, that just didn't work for me. So, which is the reason why I've bought this, which is the OA4, because actually, I'll do a little bit of a sort of comparison of the kind of physical dimensions, and probably if you look at the the specs, it's probably not massively different. But so here are the two cameras together. So now it may seem a bit trivial, but I think the Ace Pro is substantially bigger. And I'm sure you could look up the specs, etc. But when you hold them together, I mean, the Action 4 feels like a kind of conventional action camera, whereas the Ace Pro is considerably more bulky. And to be frank, when it's mounted on the front of your helmet, it feels really heavy. So although it's a great camera, I think for this particular use case, I think it just doesn't work for me. And I think the OA4 is just more compact, it's lighter, and I think makes a better helmet-mounted camera. You know, in real life, it feels significantly different. So anyway, I've kind of decided to make a switch because the prices of the OA4s was so you know, so attractive. So that's what I've done. Now, in terms of the mic, you know, it is a bit of a game changer. So what was great about the Insta mic was that unlike most wireless mics, where you've got a transmitter, you know, the microphone in your helmet, and then a receiver, you know, which is connected to the outside of your camera. You know, that's never appealed to me, because obviously your cameras then aren't waterproof, and it's two pieces that you've got to muck about with. And I just noticed it just started to rain, so if I had that kind of setup, I'd be thinking about packing it in. So yeah, the Insta mic was great, but its connectivity was a bit clunky, so it kind of used general Bluetooth, and on the Insta360 cameras it was the AirPod connectivity. So you know, you every time you switch it on, you had to repair and all that sort of stuff. So it was a bit of a pain. Whereas what's terrific about the DJI mic is that when you turn the camera on, the mic's on, they just connect, which I think is super convenient. I mean, I'll just show you how quickly it connects. So, I mean, the mic's on. You just turn the camera on, because I've paired these before, and basically it'll just connect automatically. So there you go. I mean, it took, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds, something like that. But the mic is now automatically connected with the camera, and the mic itself is really compact. So I mean, I always thought the Insta mic was really small, but the mini mic is, I don't know, maybe 2/3 the size, thinner as well. So you know, the combination of the OA4 and the DJI Mini mic, I think is, you know, is potentially the kind of holy grail. You know, you've got a microphone which connects by Bluetooth directly to the camera, and both are super compact. So I'll be interested to see how the audio works out. I'm hoping the audio's good. You know, I'm pretty sure that the camera footage itself will be great, but you know, I'm really hoping the audio's good, because if you can get a single standalone mic that Bluetooths with your camera, I mean, that's sort of the holy grail. And the Mic Mini does come with a receiver as well as the transmitter, the microphone bit. But you don't need the receiver to connect with a DJI camera. You just need the transmitter, the microphone. So and you know, and even better news is you can buy the transmitter, the mic, separately. So which is what I've done, and you know, again, I think that's really reasonably priced. I think it's 49 quid. So you know, I'm just hoping it works, because I think it could be the ideal setup. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So what I'll do at the end of this video is, you know, obviously, you know, this is my first time I've used it, so I'm kind of hoping it works. So obviously what I'll do when I get home is check out the footage. I'll stick it together as a film and post it, and hopefully put a bit of a verdict on at the end, saying, you know, what I thought about it, whether I thought the audio was any good. So yeah, so let's see. So that's it really. That's all I wanted to do today, was just share a little bit about the fact that I just bought the OA4 and the DJI Mini mic, and just my experiences of the X3, which I think was a great camera, but I think I'll keep that just for the odd 360-degree shot. And my experiences of the Ace Pro. Now, I mean, interesting on the mic front. Insta360 have just produced a little tiny microphone that does Bluetooth connect with I think the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 and the I think the X5, the 360 camera, but it doesn't connect yet with just the old Ace Pro. So I mean, that may change, and that would be a really good step forward. But as it stands at the moment, that new Insta 360 mic doesn't work with my camera, which was another reason why, you know, why wait, you know, for there to be some sort of firmware update, which may or may not happen. So knowing that there was a mic that worked in that way with the OA4 was part of the you know, part of the attraction, really. So anyway, that's my video. A little bit of an update. I mean, obviously, hopefully this works out, and in which case I'll be posting films and stuff and into the future. So you'll kind of see how it's working. But anyway, like most people, I'm sure you're fiddling around with your cameras and mics and all that kind of stuff. So I hope this has been helpful, and yeah, I'll see you next time.